Hello and welcome to episode 115 of the Focus on Gaming podcast. My name is Duncan and I'm here with Tom.
How you doing?
And Martin.
Hello. Hi there.
Three here today. Yay.
Woo! Get in.
Martin's still recording on his phone. So He does sound like he's on top of Mount Everest still. But
I might be. You never know.
You could be. You could be right now. Couldn't
I
you?
got.
He can do a brilliant Brian Cox impression. We know that.
Yeah. If you listen to the end, I'll get it out.
It's not a video. It's not a video podcast anymore. Anyway, I'm sure it will be amazing. Anyway, right, on to gaming. I suppose we should talk about gaming, being a gaming podcast.
Well, yes.
So, what have people been playing? Have you two been playing anything different? So, Tom, you were playing Silent Hill 2 last week. Are you still slogging away through that? Still enjoying it?
Yeah, I've put in about 10 hours.
Nice.
Which for me is really damn good. Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Any jump scares?
Well, the same ones there were 30 years ago. But yeah.
I just remember the creepiness of it. I don't remember the actual jump scares of things jumping out of you kind of thing. Let's say this. Would I enjoy playing it again?
I think you would, actually. I don't think you would class it as scary as previous, but it's good. It's very good.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
There you go. Martin, you been playing anything?
Last time I was on the podcast like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know if my Y button still doesn't work, so that doesn't help.
Oh yes, you were UFCing it, weren't you? Have you managed to become UFC world champion yet? I haven't had.
It's terrible for a gaming podcast. Someone to be in a gaming podcast, but yeah, I just haven't had any time. But I have got a solution because I've ordered a new handheld console. So I was thinking, I'll be able to sit down on the sofa. Well,
ooh,
what have you ordered?
What have you ordered?
I've got a Legion Go S.
Ah, okay.
Cool. It's going to be ordered this week. It's the Steam.
It's the Steam OS version.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Well, you don't have to go into prices here, but did you go for that because you got a bargain, or did you go for that because of the Steam OS?
The Steam OS, yeah, it was it was no different than the price. So it's the Ryzen 2 one, which I don't think is. I think the Ryzen 1 Extreme is the better version. But
yeah, it's got like a Ryzen 2. No, not Ryzen. But it's like the 2A or something, isn't it? Or
and then it's. I think it's just Ryzen 2, whatever. And then you got Ryzen or the Z. Right, and then your Ryzen Z2 or something, and then Ryzen, and then you got the one, but it's the turbo one. So the one, confusingly, is sort of more powerful than the Ryzen 2.
Have you gone for the white version or the black version?
Well, because it's a Steam one, the white one's Windows, so it's like black, but it's actually purple. It's like a very dark purple, but I haven't got it yet. So maybe when I get it, I'll do like a
It's the Ryzen Z2
boxer.
Go. Yeah, it's a good piece of kit. It doesn't have the detachable controllers of the full Legion Go, does it?
No. So it's all. But I used to have Steam because I had a gaming PC back in the past and a gaming laptop, so I've got some games on there already. So it should be
excellent.
When I get it,
it's great OS. There is because it's been around or been out in the public now for 3 years. It's so good, and that's the one thing I miss about. Well, currently I still have my Steam Deck, but about using the LIX. The Xbox LIX is SteamOS is so good, so good. and I'd quite happily have the Steam OS on the more powerful console. Quite happily,
Yeah.
but I am enjoying having the Xbox access quite easily. But as you currently still have Ultimate, don't you?
I do, yeah. So I'll still be able to go Ultimate on my TV. I think you can get Game Pass on it because
you can stream onto Steam OS. You can't play things natively installed, but they are doing streaming on the lower ones now. So when your Ultimate does run out, you don't have to have Ultimate to stream anymore. Whereas it used to be that you had to have Ultimate. So there you go.
Yeah, and I did because they got a Windows version and a Steam OS version. And when I looked at I watched some YouTube videos and read some reviews, and the Steam version was just reviewed a lot better than the Windows version.
Yeah, you'll get a much higher frame rate. I mean, I've read people who have put Bazite onto the Xbox Ally X, which is sort of like Steam OS, but a sort of a custom OS. And people are getting, sort of up to about 30% more frames on the Xbox Ally X. And I think it's the same with the Legion Go with the Windows versus Steam OS. Yeah, you're getting a much better frame rate. So
in the next episode, I'll be able to give you a proper review.
Video.
Maybe, I could do an unboxing video like Duncan did with the ROG Ally X.
And it's got an 8-inch screen as well. Looking good.
I feel like I need to buy something now. Just to
Go on, do it.
I'll buy one of those cheap knockoffs off of a TikTok shop.
I know somebody has got a Steam Deck for sale.
I know, but I'd need some kind of arrangement, Duncan, where I paid you very cheaply every month. So, and then we could figure something out. So.
Yeah, depends on what. If you're talking like 50 pence a month, no, I don't think I quite put that to the wife.
We can have a chat. We'll have a chat.
I can have a cat.
Well, that too. I mean, I
don't want a cat. I've already got a cat. But that Steam OS, absolutely at the moment blows Windows out the water in terms of how well it works and just the ease of using it.
I did consider the Switch 2 because they're like a similar price, but I say that it's the Go S is about £150, £100 more expensive, but I don't know. I don't think there's any point of getting the Switch 2 at the moment because you got Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong, and then all the other games are pretty much you can get on the Switch anyway.
Previous one,
and even upcoming games are out on the Switch. Like Metroid Prime's going to be out on the Switch. The new Pokemon game's out on the Switch.
Obviously, I absolutely wouldn't encourage you to install an emulator that would play original Switch games on your Legion OS. Don't do that because that would be illegal and immoral.
Yeah,
but I might own the Switch games.
Yeah, it also plays Switch 2 games now as well, but I didn't tell you that.
So absolutely, don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, I won't. Thanks for warning
me
again.
I won't send you any instructions that you need. Yeah, if you need.
Thank you for being a good friend. Warning me about.
I will tell you. No. Don't go to this website and download this software and then go to this place and download. Don't do it, okay? Because I won't.
Now, being a responsible broadcaster, I'm going to swiftly change the subject and let you know something in the news that apparently Nintendo is telling developers not to develop for the Switch 2. And they're actually telling them to develop for the Switch 1 and use the upscaling feature so for the things to go over to the Switch 2. So
I mean, I can imagine they're probably encouraging people to maintain support for the original Switch. I can imagine so because it has a much larger fan base and install base. But I can imagine that's a bit of a twist of words by some kind of clickbaity kind of thing. Not that I'd ever do a clickbait title for our episodes, but it's like when Xbox and the Series versions came out, and when PS5 came out, both hardware manufacturers were saying, please don't just jump ship. Look, you'll sell much more if you make it for PS4 and Xbox One. But unfortunately, some people have large scope. But things like Mario, at the end of the day, let's face it, Mario could run on a potato most of the time. It might look pretty, but it could still run on a potato, most versions. So, yeah, I think the original Switch will be supported for most games, probably at least for a couple of years.
I'm surprised Mario Kart World wasn't released on the Switch. I mean, I haven't played Mario Kart World, so I don't know.
I think they were going to, weren't they? I think it was meant to be for both, and then they went, actually. Because I think, it was just too big. I think the world and having that many characters and all that kind of thing. So you lose out, I'm afraid, if you don't buy a Switch 2. But in terms of your purchase, £150 extra, what would that get you? 2 games on the Switch? So, for the same price, you could probably get about
a lot of games
20 games on Steam that are reasonably well known. Even full price games at £70 on console are generally £50 or sometimes £60 on Steam. So you're saving £10 per game minimum. So, well, that was sounds great. I'm a bit jealous, really, because I love a new bit of tech. Even though I've only just got one, I'd quite happily go, oh, yeah, I'll open that and get to tinker with it. But talking of handhelds and tinkering, I have actually played more games on my Xbox LAX. And one of them, I think in the last episode, we discovered literally while recording that PowerWash Simulator 2 is out and on Game Pass. And oh my God, it's like digital crack it is. Did either of you two play the first game?
Yeah.
Much? Yeah?
No.
No?
On VR.
Oh, you play it on VR? Oh, I see. That would be one reason for me to get VR, but not many others. But yeah, no, it's so good. It's one of these games where I myself will say it's not going to win Game of the Year because it is power washing things. That's it. But if you did play the original and like me, you go, I'll just clean this door and then I'll go to work, or I'll just clean this table and then I'll go to bed, and then before you know it, 4 hours have passed and you've missed work and you haven't gone to bed, and then it's time for work and all this kind of thing. It's the same again. And today I had work at 9:30 and it took about 16 minutes. I looked up how long it was going to take, and I waited until exactly 16 minutes before running out of the door to go to work. Because I was playing it, and it was just like, I could do this before I walk out the door. And it's so good. So good. So addictive. But if you do have life other than gaming, work, family, you can either fob them off and just play the game until you've done, or
divorced,
or just have a very strong will. Yeah, as I said, it's not going to win Game of the Year, but it's so addictive, and yeah, it's very good. So good. Loving it, absolutely loving it so far. I think I've done about, because with each I won't say level, but each level of progression, you do like one building or area, and then there'll be like one vehicle or something small that you can do. And I think I've done about 6 things so far. And yeah, I'm just sitting here right now going, oh, I wonder how late we're going to do this, and wonder if I can get some gaming, sort of a little bit of power washing in before I go to bed. So good, and it's on Game Pass now. And I think Tom looked up last week, didn't you? It's only £20.
Yeah.
So just go and buy it. Go and buy it because it constantly saves as well. So you can literally pay for 30 seconds, but I very much doubt you'll be able to do it for that long. Or you can play for an hour, whatever, and it just saves as you do it. So excellent game. 10 out of 10. Not game of the year, but 10 out of 10.
But you love it.
There you go. I do love it. It is digital crack. But at the moment, no DLC. And the first one, they gave away loads of free DLC as well. There was Tomb Raider, where you could clean the artifact room and you could clean the outside, the obstacle course. There was Final Fantasy VII Remake DLC, where you could clean the Cloud's bike and a map of Midgar. There was a free cruise ship DLC. There was about 6, I think, free DLCs that they gave away for free, plus the base game. And they made it so that this game, I think, they can add more DLC. And I can imagine there'll be free ones and paid ones. In the first one, there was a SpongeBob DLC. That's the kind of silly thing that I'd love to see in this one. But anyway, yeah. So, PowerWash Simulator 2.
Sounds good.
And over the last few weeks, I have finally finished the campaign for Settlers New Alliance, and I'm quite glad to uninstall it because there were so many bugs. And I got to the last level, and I just thought, why am I playing this? It is very slow. It isn't a great game, but it was just one that I just couldn't stop playing. And eventually I did, because I completed the campaign and I have no interest in playing the multiplayer. So yeah, I have now completed that, and I would give that a 5 out of 10. Mostly for the campaign. The campaign is slow, boring, and addictive. There you go.
Wow.
There we are.
Boring and addictive.
Boring and addictive.
sounds like my day
Yeah,
job.
that's what she said. You're boring and addictive. I'll take it. Right. So, what
News.
else? Yes,
PS6.
that was it. Yes, handheld. Well, I think it's handheld news, isn't it? I mean, we've talked about handhelds, but there's been all sorts of handheld news this week. Go on, Tom. Tell us about PS6.
So we've had a bit of a leak on the PS6, PlayStation.
Don't
6.
do that. You'll electrocute yourself. But
we've had a leak about the specs coming for the PS6. Now, it's reported, and obviously we're really early days, we're probably 2 years off of this, that Sony is planning a 2-version PlayStation 6. So we've got the desktop version, and we also have a dockable portable unit, which will be similar to the Switch 2, but it will have be much faster than the Switch 2. We'll have the same number of compute units as the ROG LAX, wider R&D architecture, 50% wider memory bus, faster RAM, and so on. So the specs at the moment are reported to be very cumbersome. A 2X Zen 6C 6-core CPU, I guess that is. I'm not sure.
Well, if it's Zen 6, currently at the moment we're on it's Zen 5, I think, is the current architecture.
Yeah, so it's running at docked 1.65 gigahertz docked and 1.20 handheld mode, and will be backwards compatibility with PS5 and PS4. It's got 48 gig of RAM. So yeah, I mean, are these specs true? God knows. But I might just say that we did talk about this about 6 months ago, and one of the things we spoke about, it would be great if they had 2 versions of the PS6. So if this is true, this will be another one for us that we got right, along with the Switch 2.
I think the problem has always been like the Vita was meant to be. What did it come out? PS3 era, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was meant to be a PS3 like sister device, but the problem was it was nowhere near powerful enough to be a device that you could go, oh, I want to play on this game instead of playing on my PS3. It was a completely separate device. Yes, you could use it as a controller and whatnot, and you could you stream on that? I think you could stream the PS3 to a Vita, couldn't you?
Yeah, and I think there was some. Yes, you could. You could use it as a controller. Also worked on the PS4 for a very short period of time as well.
Yeah, so there is that, but it's got to be. I mean, yes, okay. I think people would allow something like a Series S to Series X kind of difference, or we can't quite fit as much RAM. But then they've got to do what Microsoft have done and said, you've got to make it work on both devices, which sort of then makes a powerful PS6 less important.
And I think that's where we're at, isn't it? It's not about the power anymore.
That's the thing. At the moment, we're at the point where extra power is going to give you an extra 5 frames per second in a game. So what's the point? It's what we were saying in our interview with Grant Sinclair, wasn't it? At the end of the day, the retro handhelds are doing so well at the moment because people are like, well, there's thousands of games from the past that I could still play. And all you're doing is adding a few more pixels and go, look at this. There's a little less blur in this picture. Is there? So do you want a PS6 that's handheld? Yes. I would love an Xbox or a PlayStation that is handheld. Now, granted, I don't have a PlayStation library, so it would be pointless me going into that rather than an Xbox One, because there has also been talk that Xbox have reignited their handheld ambitions. Because at the moment, it is just an Asus ROG Ally that has Xbox branding and an Xbox button. So it is almost like they've done a beta version of a handheld. And they're seeing how it's going. And they're making the experience better to then put on their new handheld, which then everybody goes, ooh, this is quite good, because it's really good. So if there was, they had roughly the same power right now, because you've got PlayStation and Xbox kind of history. If there was an Xbox handheld and a PlayStation handheld, which would you go for?
I would go for the PlayStation.
For a particular reason?
I prefer PlayStation to the Xbox. However, I would welcome having the access to Game Pass on the PlayStation 6 handheld.
That would be good.
So,
what about you, Martin?
Difficult one, because the way that Microsoft are operating at the moment, you're going to be able to pretty much play all their games on the PlayStation, but you're not going to be able to play the PlayStation games on the Xbox.
But then the Xbox is going to be a PC, which then you will eventually be able to play the PlayStation games.
If you've got access to. But Game Pass is obviously a big draw that you don't get. I know they have their own version, but it's not as good as Game Pass. I think that's not controversial to say.
no, fair play. Yeah.
So I would probably. I mean, you said if they were the same price and the same power. So probably the Xbox, but it would be a difficult decision. It's not like I'm not sort of massively loyal to one over.
Yeah, exactly. It's not about being loyal. It's about the it's about the ecosystem, isn't it? And Tom, you have games, physical and digital, in both pots. Whereas I don't have any PlayStation games digitally, and I don't own any PlayStation games. Full stop. I think I might have got a couple of freebies. I think on an account, but I think that account's well lost. I think now. So it's for me. It's not saying it's better. I would go for an Xbox because I've got loads of Xbox games, like 1,000 of them. So why wouldn't I go for Xbox?
By that point, though, you might have a Steam Deck 2 out, and you have another chance. Oh.
And this is the interesting thing. Let's change it up then. If it was the choice of the ROG Ally X2, let's say, or the Switch 2 in 3 years' time, what are you looking at? Let's assume they've got similar spec, but one's Windows, one's Steam. Where are you going?
So not Switch 2.
I was going to say you said Switch. You said Switch.
So you're on about?
Sorry, I meant to say Steam Deck 2. Sorry.
Steam Deck 2 or Ally X2.
Oh, you see, that's difficult for me because I have got a large PC and a large Xbox. Now, the advantage of the Xbox, why I'm sticking with that rather than keeping my Steam Deck, is because of the access to play anywhere. So right now, today, I went to bed last night, played some PowerWash Simulator 2, got up this morning, played some more. This evening, sat on my Xbox, and there's my game. It saved exactly where I was on my handheld. Now, I could have done that via streaming, but I'd be able to take this on a plane. I'd be able to sit on planes, trains, and automobiles and be able to play the game on my handheld. And then, I would have to then connect to a Wi-Fi or something somewhere. Yeah. But I'd be able to, when I get home, go, there you go. I've carried on playing, and now I'm sitting playing on the full screen, and that's so good. But Steam OS works so well, and it's so good. I'm sort of want to leave a reminder for myself in 2 years' time to go look, do a review, and that's the thing. Episode, what are we on? Episode 115. So in episode that'd be 218. I need to do a review of Windows full screen experience because it's unfair to now Windows has been around for 500 years or something, but the full screen experience is brand new pretty much, and they're putting a lot of money into it, or they're putting a lot of time into it and hopefully making it good. But it is in its infancy, and SteamOS was a bit janky when it first came out. So, but they put a lot of effort, a lot of time and updates, and it's now beautiful to use, and it's still getting better. Even to the point now where people are recommending not putting Decky Loader on, because why bother? Because it's not an official thing, so it can make your whole console crash if you're not careful. And so I don't. So back to your first question. I would pick the Xbox Ally X2. But Steam Deck. No. I'll stick with my first answer. Yep. Maybe.
No. I'll just buy both.
Yeah, I'm not that rich right now. I put my Steam Deck on eBay. A little behind the scenes now, and it's had to be relisted 3 times. Like 2 more times. So it's been listed 3 times and hasn't sold. And yet there's one selling on the eBay that have 512 gigabyte and LCD ones, and they're selling. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Whereas mine's like mine's a 1 terabyte with a stand, a case. It's got an RGB backplate. I think people are worried that it's been messed with too much and they won't work. It's like, no, it's been really well looked after. I don't know. But I'm going to list it locally instead. No doubt I'll probably be offered something stupid for it.
Just put it on an auction. No reserve. Just see what happens.
No.
I've done that. I mean,
I just know what'll happen. It'll go for like 50 pence.
It is a
That'll
bit
be
of a
me.
risk, but I always find it just ends up getting to the price that you want anyway, because people will just stop. Because when I ever sell on eBay, I just put no reserve, start it at like 99p. Sometimes you're there and you get onto the last day and it's on like £10 and you're like, but
Cancel it.
whenever, when it gets to the last hour or so, it just starts going up and up and up because people get competitive.
I think maybe I think there's two things I've got to do. One is lower the price and just I didn't put a reserve on it anyway. But the other thing I think of so I didn't put a reserve on it. I don't know what I was going to say there, but it's just it's really annoying me.
Whenever I buy from eBay, I always find it's cheaper to do buy it now than it is the auction. If I ever try and get something on an auction, I just always get outpriced on it. Whereas buy it now, you can find like the same sort of thing, the same for cheaper, but I don't know what it is about auctions. Just I don't know. It seems the price, and also I don't want to make it an eBay special, but they say you should try, if you do an auction, try and get it to end on like 7 p.m. between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. on a Sunday, because that's when eBay's.
Okay. Oh, thank you very much for your advice.
Learning a few things.
I will do that. Cool.
Ideally, like near a payday as well, but you might have to wait a month to do that.
Well, also
we're at the end of October now.
Problem is as well is that I think a lot of people are probably selling theirs because they've got an Xbox Ally, because they're still out of stock at lots of places. Lots of people are saying, "Oh no, I've walked into a local shop and got one," but there's lots of people saying, "Oh no, I've tried to order and I can't order one." Apparently in the UK, couriers are turning people away from the stores and saying, no, we're not selling them in store because they haven't got it. So they're literally saying, no, don't come in.
As much as you think.
Well, apparently, no, I don't think it's necessary. I don't think, they haven't put out 1 million items and 1 million of them sold, but I think they are coming out in dribs and drabs.
My friend who does want to get an Xbox Ally X, he said he just can't get one. So either they're selling really well or they just haven't made.
I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a bit of both. I don't think they put millions of them out there for people to buy. Well, there might be 1 million, I don't know, but equally, I don't think. I think they have sold quite well. And
is there scalpers around? I haven't really heard about scalpers, because when the PS5 and all that came out, all you heard about was people buying them just to sell them for really expensive. But
well, it's all about whether people buy it or not. If people don't buy them, then same as my job. If people buy driving tests from dodgy people, then people are going to keep on hogging them. So
true.
If people don't buy them from scalpers and whatnot, then it'll all carry on working.
Should we talk about Wipeout?
Well, get up. I mean, we should call this the Focus on Handheld podcast, shouldn't we? At the moment?
Well, it's out there a lot, isn't it?
But we do think that we've always said this: handhelds are the future.
Yeah,
and I think that's
the future.
It's amazing. So Tom, as we found out, Wipeout in September was 30 years old.
How fucking old do we feel?
Oh, great. Now I've got to tick the explicit.
I did that on purpose. That was a long time. I mean, the first Wipeout game was on the PlayStation when you picked it up and put it in and played it. It's just phenomenal graphically. I know we had F-Zero on the Super Nintendo and stuff and on the N64, but Wipeout was just like something completely different.
Yeah, I mean, F-Zero was fast, but graphically it wasn't anything special compared to Mario Kart or anything, was it? I mean, it had the parallax kind of, or was it what's the motion that they had?
Mode 7.
Mode 7, that's it. It had the Mode 7, but and which was amazing at the time. But yeah, Wipeout just had that X factor. It had that X factor, to quote a crappy TV show. And yeah, so the original one was out on the PS1, but it also came out on PC and Saturn, didn't it? So were they around the same time, or
Saturn? I think was slightly afterwards. I mean, I had both. I really enjoyed the Sega Saturn version. I think the fact that we could play it on the Sega Saturn meant you wanted to own it, just to say you could, because the PlayStation knobs were all bragging about having it. But I mean, regardless, it was just fantastic on any system. But the PlayStation did it better. So I don't know.
There was another thing I loved about the first one and the 2097 was that it was back in the days of CD, because it was PlayStation 1. And you could get your stereo, plop it in there, and as long as you didn't play the one of the tracks, I can't remember what it was, but it just played like a CD, so you could play the soundtrack in your CD player. And
those were the days.
It was, oh my god, an absolutely banging. Oh yeah, the soundtrack was amazing. It was like a techno, futuristic. It had things like the Prodigy on there, Underworld, Chemical Brothers, Left Field, Orbital, all these kind of these industrial techno kind of electronic artists, and it was so good, so good. And I mean, it only got better with 2097 as well, I think. What do you think about 2097 versus 1?
Oh, it's worlds apart. And it only got better as you got to like the PS Vita version, PS4 versions. I mean, they were phenomenal. But
Wipeout 2097, I think it was called Wipeout XL in the US, I think. Something like that. I don't think it was called 2097 in the USA. I don't know why. I mean, it might be because people didn't know how to say 2097. I don't know.
I think the worst version was Wipeout 64.
Now, obviously, I never played that. But the thing is, what made Wipeout really good in terms of the graphics was the textures. And N64 didn't do textures very well.
Neither did the Sega Saturn. I'm going to assure you.
Did not. I mean, I can't. I'm not really an expert on the other versions.
There was a DOS version. There was a PC version, an Android version. There were so many.
But what made it successful in terms of gameplay, though? Well,
it was just fast. It was addictive. It was hard to control. I mean, it was just so much, and it was new. We'd never ever seen anything like it at the time. I mean, you go back to what we had there. We spoke about the Super Nintendo version, F-Zero, but we had nothing like it. I mean, you had Ridge Racer on the PS1, you had Wipeout, and that was it. You didn't have anything else.
Yeah, because most people just thought, oh, it's just a racing game. And yeah, I mean, yes, at its heart, it is just a racing game. But the controls of it were so different to your kart games, your GT, your Gran Turismo style games, your Outrun style games. It wasn't like any racing game that we'd had before. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's going, oh, well, actually, there was this racing game before, kind of thing. Yeah, I'm sure there was possibly other futuristic racing games, but yeah, the controls of it, the air brake, because you had a left brake and a right brake. So you had to sort of use those to go sharp around a corner. And it as a racing game, it had a whole different like method of mastering it. It wasn't just a case of, oh, I'm just going to brake here. You got to brake the right direction, as well as like getting the brake at the right time and braking enough and not braking too much. And to beat it on hard level, you had to get millisecond correct directions, and then you had weapons. Oh, do you remember Earthquake?
Yeah.
And that was so visually impressive back in those days. It made the whole like track sort of like go in a big wave, and would stop and make other things spin. And it was just like, how do they do this? It was just unbelievable.
And you had the bombs that would slow you down. They would like attach themselves to the back of the machine and slow you down. That was just great.
And you had miniguns. You had rockets. You had the blue shell equivalents. You had that would get either the person ahead or the person in front. And then you also had, because you had damage, you had to then go into a pit stop, which was just going through a side road, which would slow you down as well. And it was a strategic, but it also had skill. It looks great, and I'll shut up so that Martin could actually say something.
I'm going to say, instead of using your weapons, you could just like restore your car, couldn't you? Like, I remember.
Oh, there might be in one of the versions.
The one I played, because you get your weapon, you could either use it or you could instead like sort of repair your car as you're going. So you didn't have to do like pit stops. But I can't remember what version I played. I played it with my friend.
Well, I'm looking at the Wipeout fandom at the moment. So there's Wipeout, Wipeout 2097, Wipeout 64, Wipeout 3, Wipeout Fusion, Wipeout Pure, Wipeout Pulse, Wipeout HD, Wipeout HD Fury, Wipeout 2048, and Wipeout Merge. I've never heard of Wipeout Merge.
No, neither.
It is it's a mobile game. So, yeah. Oh, apparently, due to perceived lack of interest from the public and an overwhelmingly negative reception amongst fans of the series, as seen in the game's low download account, the game's online services appear to have been discontinued long before the game itself was delisted from both the Apple Store and the Google Play on an unspecified date. So, yeah, looks like it was a terrible mobile game. Yeah, unfortunately.
Doesn't shock me that, I'd say.
Yeah, it was probably brought out as a quick cash grab, really, wasn't it? But the rest of them, from Wipeout 3 to Wipeout Fusion, Wipeout Pure, and all the original ones, yeah, there might have been ones that weren't as good. And there was some that had split screen. Ooh, I can't remember which ones had split screen.
The one I played it with my friend.
Yeah.
It must be
and you could do like we did like it was like a gram like with Mario Kart where you get points for winning, and then at the end you get we played on it for hours.
No, apparently Wipeout 64 was the first one that had split screen.
I never really played that more than once.
Was that on N64?
Yeah. Unsurprisingly, yes. And then obviously they brought in split screen in later versions. I'm just trying to which Wipeout 3 maybe. Yes, Wipeout 3 did have split screen in 2-player mode. I think later ones even had 4-player mode. I don't want to say which ones because I don't have a clue. But yeah, it's one of the greatest racing games of all time. I personally, I would think. Now,
Do you think we'll see it come back?
Well, the unfortunate thing is that Psygnosis are long gone. They were bought. They were part of Sony from 1993, and in 2012 they were defunct. So, yeah. So I'm just trying to have a quick look up. They became Studio Liverpool, which was Sony one. And then Studio Liverpool was closed in 2012. Now, in 2013, the number of former Studio Liverpool's employees formed 2 new studios, Fire Sprite, which they've done. Oh my God, they've helped with Star Citizen and Horizon Call of the Mountain. They're co-developed that, so they're what, like a supplemental development studio. And Sony bought Fire Sprite. Oh dear Lord! So yeah, so basically they bought Psygnosis, changed them to Studio Liverpool, closed them down. People created another company called Fire Sprite, and then Sony bought them.
As you
and
do.
Since then have only done Horizon Call of the Mountain, and they're helping with Star Citizen as well, which, Star Citizen, I think they're up to nearly $1 billion in well, not donations, but purchases. It's something like 800 million they're on there. No? Do neither of you know Star Citizen?
No.
Do you remember it's the guy who made Elite, his game, and it was what's his name? But I believe it's the one who made Elite. Chris Roberts, who made Wing Commander. Sorry, it's basically a guy who made Wing Commander said, "I'm going to make a new game," and it went on Kickstarter. It was the biggest Kickstarter ever, and it's kept going until now, and it's still in development 12 years later, or 13 years later. And it's reckoned that the single player version, Squadron 42, is going to be out in 2026. But they've got all sorts of people, like they've got Mark Hamill and various other people acting in it. So yeah, that's what Psygnosis are up to anyway. Psygnosis are no longer with us, unfortunately. And they were British. Yay! So it was a British game. Yeah!
They're from Liverpool, weren't they? Was it Liverpool?
It was, yeah. And don't forget, Psygnosis, not only Wipeout, they were Lemmings as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, Lemmings.
The good old days.
Yeah. So I'll just have a quick look over here. They did things like G-Police. They did loads of Formula 1 games on the PlayStation 1. Discworld 2, Mortality Bites, Destruction Derby. Oh my God. Destruction Derby was the first game I had a PS1. So good.
Love Destruction Derby.
Yeah, that was Psygnosis.
The racing, but also when you're on like the rooftops and you're trying to like hit each other off.
Yeah,
I
so
enjoyed
good.
that.
Oh,
Great games.
Games like an absolute classic, Barbarian and Barbarian 2. That was Psygnosis.
I wonder why they don't re-release some of those and make them multiplayer.
Colony Wars. Hex. Apparently that's them. Apparently. But yeah, Lemmings is the big one. Yeah. I mean, one of the most classic games of all time. And yeah, they've just been bought. Anyway. Wipeout. They did Wipeout.
What are your memories of Wipeout, Martin?
Well, like, I mean, I played it with I can't really remember playing the original because I'd only been like 5 or 6 when that came out. But yeah, playing it with my friend. It was quite recently, but yeah, we played it for hours not co-op because we were against each other, but yeah, it was against computer as well. Yeah. At first, initially, we were both like terrible. We were just like driving full pelt into walls and just blowing up within like the first sort of couple minutes. But once you master it, it's a really like satisfying game and really addictive. Yeah, we would just, if you were able to win a race, it felt really good because you know how difficult it was. Whereas some games, you could just win the race by like, I don't know. I know Mario Kart's got a bit more difficult, isn't it? But like, I know Tom might disagree, but with Mario Kart, you could be the worst player on the Mario Kart and still win the race because you get the right weapons. That's not going to happen with
a couple of red shells and then a blue shell, and hey presto, you're in the lead. Billy
Bullet, whatever, where it just takes you to the front pretty much.
Well, I'm looking up. They also did, and be prepared for this, Psygnosis also made Spice World, the game.
Wow.
You don't seem too impressed by that. Well, I don't get it. Why are you impressed?
Never played it.
No? Oh, it's a classic. You should definitely go out and find it on eBay and pay loads of money for it. Yeah, really don't. Really don't.
They don't do like games like that anymore, do they? Like you used to get loads of stuff. But like you don't have I can't even think of any bands out now. Name a famous band out now.
I mean there was lots of rock bands of
yeah, you don't have Coldplay games.
Coldplay have been going for about 25 years. I have loads of pupils at the moment, and I always ask them. I said, when you pass your driving test, I said, what's going to be your first song that you're going to play when you're in the car by yourself? And so many of them have had to go, who? Because I just don't know.
That's mental.
I'm like, I have no idea who you're talking about.
I feel like these kids need a slap.
Yeah, but then we needed a slap 20 years or 30 years ago when we were going, oh, look, listen to this, Mum and Dad. And they were like, no.
We had a lot of SingStar, didn't we? And we had like all the different versions of SingStar and
and Rock Band and Rocksmith had various versions. You had like Beatles version of Rock Band, didn't you?
Yeah. But I'm imagining Spice World wasn't about their songs. I imagine you were there.
Oh, no, it was a terrible game. Terrible game. And so, of course, because it had the Spice Girls in it, it sold really well. I think it was
Pussycat Dolls. There you go. No, Pussycat Dolls are not even new, are they?
They're all about 50 years old as well.
The Little Mix, they're quite newish.
No, still not. No, you see, you're younger than us, and even I'm going. God, no, hang on, Little Mix. Let's see when they actually came out. Little Mix. They were formed in 2011.
There's no new bands then. Like there just isn't any, is there? Like there isn't.
What is that?
Tom said Coldplay, and they're like older than me.
I'll tell you what, I'm a little bit obsessed at the moment by a song by Wolf Alice called "The Sofa." I normally like your rock and metal and everything, and this is quite a chilled out.
Are they a band though?
They are a band, yes. Wolf
Okay.
Alice. Yeah, it's a man and a woman, but they get a drummer in as well.
Wolf Alice
Wolf
haven't
Alice.
released a game, have they?
No, they don't. No, they don't. No.
Tom's thought of something.
Get on it, Wolf Alice.
I've just thought of a band, and I'm just gonna because I've been listening to their music. It's really good, but I can't remember the name. Hold on.
Is it Demon Hunters?
Is it Deep Purple?
Yeah.
I've heard this modern thing. They're called Al Martino.
It's the name of the band, but the song is called "Sleeping with the Lights On." But I don't know the name of
I've
the
heard
band.
of that one. Sleeping with the lights on. Yeah. No, hang on.
But I can't remember.
Lyrics. Daniel Seavey. So it's not a band, it's a person.
Yeah. Well, there we are.
There you go. So, anyway, if you want to know what kind of music we like, Sleeping with the Lights On by Daniel Seavey and Wolf Alice, The Sofa, and obviously Martin likes Spice Girls because he really wants to play it and go out and buy the game on eBay. I really now want to know how much Spice World is on eBay. But anyway, so Wipeout.
I really want the Piglet game from Winnie the Pooh on the PlayStation 2.
What?
Yeah, I'm serious. I really want it.
Spice World. Oh, you can get it for like £5.46 on eBay.
How much is the Piglet game on PS2?
Piglet.
Yeah, Tom really wants
It's
it.
literally called Piglet.
The Piglet game. It might be Piglet the movie.
Oh yeah,
game,
the
I'm not sure.
game Pig. Oh, is that the one that's almost like a horror game?
Yeah, I really want
yeah,
it.
you can get that for like £8.
Mm.
£16 in a box. £23, £17, £20. So it's a bit more than Spice World. Someone's got a sealed version for £130. Nope. Seeing as you could seal something yourself, why would you pay that much?
My 2-year-old is a massive fan of Winnie the Pooh, and I feel like this game could destroy it all.
This is the best £10 that I've ever spent to destroy my daughter's life.
Sit down, I got you a game. You love Piglet, don't you?
Don't like it, Daddy. Play it.
They got that Winnie the Pooh horror film as well. Get her to play that, and then get her to watch the Winnie the Pooh horror film afterwards.
What's it called? Pooh, Blood and Money or something? I can't remember. Yeah, but yeah, because Winnie the Pooh came out of copyright, didn't it? So you could, as long as you didn't have the Disney version, you could have the original version. And so somebody made a horror version.
Yeah, Christopher Robin's returns, doesn't he? And Winnie the Pooh's there. I haven't actually seen the film, but I've seen the trailer. But
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I mean, it was terrible. A terrible, terrible, terrible film.
I finally found a band, by the way.
It's 2.9 out of 10 on IMDb.
I found a band, Duncan.
Yeah,
I'm going
go
to
on then.
interrupt you here. Lawrence.
Nope, never heard of them.
Well, they're awesome, and there we are.
Lawrence the Band. They're literally called Lawrence the Band.
Yeah, and they're a family, and and they're awesome.
Yeah, there you go. Lawrence the Band. And
I
still,
found us a band.
Martin really, really, really wants people to go out and listen to the Spice Girls. So, they probably need the money nowadays, don't they?
in the 90s, I used to listen to Spice Girls, Nirvana, and Slipknot.
That was certainly a mix.
Nirvana, just awesome.
I
literally
listened to
the
Nirvana.
Unplugged so much.
I still remember there was a TV show in the 90s. It was headed by, what's the name? Sarah Cox, called Hotel Babylon. It was on at like midnight. And that was where I first saw the Spice Girls, they were on it, and they were like, "Oh, there's a girl band kind of thing." Hotel Babylon was fronted by a load of women and all sort of girl power kind of thing. So they had the Spice Girls on. I remember thinking, "Oh my god, that's terrible." And then I went on holiday and I came back and I was like, and back in those days, the top 40 was still a big thing. And at number one was this band, and everyone was talking about it. It was on the news and all this kind of thing. Oh, there's this big new band and girl band. I'm like, oh, okay, I've heard it. I'm like, that's that thing from Hotel Babylon. It was terrible, and they can't sing or anything. They were just awful.
Yeah, but Wannabe was a good song though.
No.
Wannabe and Smells Like Teen Spirit were my two go-to, and Wait and Bleed were my three 90s.
I still remember when in 1994, when he stuck the shotgun in his mouth. You didn't have the internet back then, that with the immediate news that something had happened, and so it was on the news once. And my mum came out, and I was upstairs in my bedroom, and she came out to the living room and said, and I shouted from downstairs, "What's the name of that band that you like?" And I went, shout down, "Nirvana." And she went, "The lead singer's dead." I'm like, what? So I came down and just stuck to the TV for ages. Every time there was, in the UK, without satellite or cable, you had 4 channels at that point. So I was just looking for the news and finding out the news. And it wasn't even on the 9 o'clock news at that point. They'd been like, they put it on the 6 o'clock news, and that was it. Apparently, according to them, it wasn't a big thing. So I literally had to find it out from the news. I went and bought the newspaper the next day.
10 o'clock news. Was it 9 o'clock news back in the 90s?
It was on like 6 o'clock news, and my mum had watched that and said, "Oh, what's the name?" And
but now it's 6 o'clock, and then it's 10 o'clock, isn't it? You don't have 9 o'clock news.
Oh, see, it was the 9 o'clock news back in those days.
Times have changed.
Yes, the times have changed, and nowadays, if somebody dies, you hear about it before the news people hear about it. But back in those days, I had to wait 16 hours to find out from the paper the next day. So, God, what were we talking about? We were talking. How did we get to Nirvana and dying?
How did you find out when Michael Jackson died? I found out when I came back from holiday.
That was 2007, I want to say.
Yeah.
I think it was 2008, 2009. I was on.
I was
holiday. I came back from Lanzarote with my friend. We got in a taxi, and the first thing the taxi driver said to us was, Michael Jackson's dead. And we were like,
2009.
I'll tell you what, that one hit me, because I have always been a massive fan of him, met him a few times and been to 5 or 6 of his concerts, and that one really knocked me. And then when I went to see This Is It.
He was at the O2, wasn't he? He was meant to do O2, wasn't he?
He was meant to be doing a UK tour.
Yeah, I had tickets for it. Yeah.
Did you get your money back?
I did. Yeah, I did get the money back.
But you could probably still sell the tickets as memorabilia, couldn't you?
Probably. I had the poster from the massive poster they put on the billboards. I had one of those, and I sold it for like 300 quid about a year ago. I did want to frame it, but my missus was having none of that. But you know what? I met him twice. Once in 1999 outside. So some of us went to the news in London.
Come and play in my bedroom.
Some of us knew we were in London, and he'd gone for a walk in Hyde Park with a security guard, and then walked around the back of the Park Lane Hotel to come and meet the fans. And we met him, we chatted to him, we had photographs with him, stuff like that. And then I met him in Germany. I was going to a concert out there. He was involved in a charity concert, and I met him. We went up to his hotel. He wanted all the placards that the fans had done, and he wanted them all collected, and security asked us to go and get them. And then we met him in his hotel room, and he had the first time we met him, he had makeup on and a face mask. The second time, he had no makeup on at all, no face mask, and he had all black patches on his face where his skin condition was clear. And he spoke in quite a deep voice. It wasn't a high-pitched voice. And the weirdest thing also, his nose was not as thin as it looked in the media, because obviously I guess it's all done with makeup. And one of his kids was running around.
You sure it was Michael Jackson?
Definitely Michael Jackson.
Oh, Dom.
And Prince, his son was running around, and the fans outside the hotel were shouting out something F the press, and Prince started shouting the swear word and repeating what they were saying, and Michael Jackson told him off, and we were like really shocked because he was like really like quite deep and quite, but yeah, it was fascinating guy.
His mum's still alive. She's 95 years old.
I know. I've met her. Lovely lady.
You sound like you were like best friends with him, Tom. You met him in like London, Germany. Met his mum. Oh.
We did a lot of following Michael Jackson back in the 90s and early 2000s. So we did get to meet a lot of the Jacksons. The Jackson sort of manager called Magic. He was how was his actual name? He was a bit of a pillock, but we got to meet him.
A basketball player called Magic. Oh no, that's John.
Magic Johnson.
Oh,
he didn't look like that. And then we, Evie, I can't remember her surname. Evie was like Michael Jackson's assistant, and we managed to get some free tickets to go to the World Music Awards in Monaco.
Did you ever? Oh, sorry, I'll let you finish your story.
No,
I was going to ask you, did you ever play the Moonwalk game on Sega Mega Drive?
I used to play the arcade version more than the Mega Drive version, but yeah, I did play it. Yeah, so yeah, wasn't a big fan of it. I had the Amstrad version as well, and that was just absolutely shit. So,
what was your favourite Michael Jackson song? I feel like podcast.
We drifted to the Michael Jackson podcast.
Yeah, Will You Be There and Billie Jean.
Yeah, good choice. Quite like Man in the Mirror, Billie Jean.
I was thinking about things like Michael Jackson, the Beatles, and all those kind of things. Is a lot of bands or music artists, people are like, I like this unusual song. But things like Michael Jackson, the Beatles, ABBA, and all that kind of thing. There's a reason why the big ones like Billie Jean are the big ones. It's just because they're so good.
Yeah.
And yeah, Billie Jean is brilliant song. Brilliant song.
Yeah. Never believed any of the crap about him though. Never believed any of it, and still don't to this day. And I know one of the kids that spent time at Neverland. His name's Danny, and he's just like, you don't get it, because I questioned him. I was like, look, there's some dubious decisions going on there, and he said to me, because you get to a point where you kind of go, okay, look, there can't be all these allegations, all these people coming out of the woodwork without there being something. And he was like, you don't get it. Like, the bedroom was on 2 levels. You'd have like this giant bed that was like the width of a bedroom. You're talking Michael Jackson. We're talking like king size Saudi Arabia type scenario with the bedrooms. And
equally, he was he was weird because he'd had. He had no childhood, did he?
Yeah. Mega weird. Yeah, he was weird. But do you know what was really weird? And this is one thing that sticks in my mind.
Yeah, I know it was really weird. Michael Jackson.
Well, yeah. Both times I met him, and I've met a lot of famous people, artists, whatever, musicians. When he walked in the room, when he stood in the room, there was something. And I'm not starstruck by anyone by any means, but there was something, there was an aura, there was an energy, there was something different about him. I've met Bowie, I've met Beyonce, I've met loads of different artists, I've met Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder. This one was different. And I can't explain it, but whatever he had was different to the many different artists I've met. And
I can make so many jokes now about, there was something different. Did you have a little funny feeling in your winky?
I've never met any famous person. I think the most famous person I've seen was when I was Longleat, and it was that guy who presents. I can't even remember. Flog
Daniel
the one with the
Davidson. Dickinson.
No. That was Bargain Hunt. No, Flogger is. Oh, what's his name? Something. I think his surname's Martin. It's something Martin. Flog presenter.
Paul Martin.
Yeah, but I didn't get starstruck with him. So.
Probably the one I've actually met as in like had a good chat with is probably do you know the Prodigy song, I am the god of hellfire and I bring you fire. Well, that was Arthur Brown, and I interviewed him 13 years ago, and he was absolutely amazing to talk to. I mean, he was like in his 70s back then, and still lived in a yurt and got up every morning and took an apple off the tree for breakfast, even when he was in his 70s. But yeah, he still had. I mean, let's say this: the guy was crazy enough to be thrown off a tour with Jimi Hendrix, who used to set fire to his guitars and smash them up and all sorts of things. So, if he was too crazy for Jimi Hendrix's tour, yeah. But he was a very well-to-do man and lovely, really nice to speak to. Then we got him to do the God of Hellfire in front of us, and I had to put my fingers in my ears because he was so loud. I was like, Jesus Christ. And his assistant was like, I know, right? I'm like, fuck me, that's loud. And he said, yep. But yeah, I
did some work with Louis Spence.
Did he do the splits in front of you? Hello. God, anybody from any other country is going to be like, who?
Hello, darling.
Hello, darling. But yeah, he was doing a.
We should explain. This was a reality TV guy who was the campest guy you ever did meet, and really didn't care, and was. I mean, he was taken into most of the British people's hearts because he was just. I don't really care if you're going to take the piss out of me, and had a real bad speech.
He's still around.
Yeah, he's still going. He's still talking like this kind of thing. Yeah.
He was the most hilarious person to work with, and it was quite funny because the event was a spooky event that we were filming where you go into a haunted location, and he was just kept on making me laugh through the whole thing. And he had for some weird reason, like a spray can of deodorant. And every time he thought there was something spooky going, he'd spray it and tell them to, buzz off, but in his lispy voice. And it was so funny. Really, really funny. I'd love to get hold of the footage of that.
We should try and get him on here. Doing an interview.
Yes,
Does he play games?
I've been trying to get Michael Barrymore on here as well because he's a massive Fortnite gamer. But I haven't really got there yet. But I'm gonna
Barrymore, Michael Barrymore 1 week, Louis Spence the next.
Can you imagine? So,
there's a celebrity help my house is haunted with Louis Spence from a year ago. Anyway, right.
I think we've run a course.
We got off a bit off course, yeah. And we've been like an hour and a quarter. So, so if you have stuck around for this long while we've gone off,
told our celebrity stories,
and nothing to do with gaming. Go and play Wipeout if you can get any version really. There's none of them that are terrible that are available still. If you're on PlayStation, on the classics, I'm sure there's PlayStations in there. Retro handhelds, it's quite easy to get it on there. And yeah, don't go for any of these AI slop things that are on Xbox and PlayStation. And
are they on PlayStation Plus? The Wipeout game? There you go. Tom said they are.
Yeah. So, Wipeout is, focusongaming.co.uk for all our episodes. And some of them don't have quite so much things about celebrities and actually talk about gaming. But lovely to have both of you on here. It's been very nice. And I think as we say goodbye, I think I'd like to welcome Professor Brian Cox onto the podcast. And on that note, thank you, Brian Cox.
I can't do it.
Have you got stage fright?
Yeah.
Okay, then. I'll just start.
Maybe next episode.
It's amazing.
Billions and billions of stars.
It's amazing.
Welcome to the Focus on Gaming podcast with Duncan, Martin, and Tom.
It's amazing. Right. Anyway, bye.
Bye.
Yeah.